Hi, this is Teacher Dan, and welcome to our new lesson. Today, we are going to discuss the result chapter in your thesis writing. But before we begin, let's read first our learning objectives. First, familiarize the ways on how to organize results and points to consider when presenting a result. Second, explain how results affect the reliability of research. And third one, value the importance of organizing a result to be presented. Now, the result chapter. The result chapter in your thesis or research study is where you present the data you have gathered. This is very important as this allows your reader to know how far did you go in your research and how relevant your gathered informations are. In formulating the results, it is important that the result of the study do not prove anything. Findings can only confirm or reject the hypothesis. And in this part, be concise in using non-textual elements appropriately to present the findings more effectively. Your information is to support your hypothesis. The data you have presented in this part allows you as the researcher to confirm or reject your hypothesis created when you started your research. Also, this is where you apply the use of methods or the methods of data presentation. With that, we need to carefully plan out how will we present our data by choosing the most appropriate method that will highlight and make our data presentation easy to understand and clear for our readers. Distinguish the information that is really included in the paper from any raw data or other content that could be included. And don't include data that will not contribute or answer the research question. Just like in choosing the most appropriate method to be used in data presentation, you also need to read and read your thesis. This is a way in sorting what are the data that needs to be presented that will help answer your research. Also, be reminded to only include the relevant information as we consider so many things in research writing like page length, redundancy, and so on. Now, we have two formats in organizing result. We have the first one here, present a synopsis of the result followed by an explanation of key findings. This is to highlight important findings and point out the result. So, when we say synopsis, this is a brief summary or a panoramic view of the research. Here, you highlight the most important findings or results you have. So that's the first one. Now, for the second format, present a result, then explain it before presenting and explaining it, and so on. Then, end with an overall synopsis. It helps you provide a brief conclusion that ties each of the findings together and provides a narrative bridge to the discussion section. In the second way or format of presenting your result, it is important to, or what you will do here is to first present a key findings or result. Then you explain it. In the end or in the latter part, you will give your summary or brief conclusion. Here we are trying to link or bridge our result to our discussion chapter as we are about to switch phase and go over the discussion part of our research study. Now, what to include in the results section? First, we have the introductory context for understanding the result by restating the problem of the study. So, in the result, we need to start by restating the problem or the reason for conducting our research. For the second one, use non-textual elements such as graphs and figures to further illustrate the key findings if appropriate. This is where the methods of data presentation comes in. Take note that as a researcher, you need to choose the appropriate method which fits your data best, and you need to select the method that will allow your readers to understand your work easily. Number three, include a systematic description of the result by highlighting the reader observations that are relevant to the topic under investigation. When we say systematic description, this include the process of getting result. What approach did you use? Is it survey, observation, interview? You need to tell your reader or include the process of how you gather your information, because this is going to be relevant. This is how they validate your work if it's reliable or not. Now, on the fourth one, the page length of your paper is guided by the amount and types of data to be presented. As we've mentioned earlier, we need to consider the as well the page length. So in that case, we need to plan out and carefully analyze what data is relevant or not, if it will support our research or not. So we need to consider the data we will present. Number prior This is to be very concise. Our data should be relevant. And number five, synthesize the key findings of the study. When we say synthesize, this is where we compare and combine uh, to different research study. This is where we compare and combine our work to different research study, I mean. In this way, our arguments are stronger because it is backed up with reference. This also fill the gaps of our research and the work of other researchers. Sometimes you can discover what they haven't discovered yet, and sometimes also they can discover or they have already discovered what you haven't discovered. So that's why synthesizing is important. I guess this ends our video for the results chapter in your thesis writing. Thanks for watching. Bye.